All right, welcome to Mindful Monday. Today we are doing EFT tapping to manifest freebies, and you can go ahead and start tapping. Even though I feel skeptical that I can manifest things I want for free, I choose to show respect and compassion to myself. I am ready to own my power and manifest free stuff. So I choose to completely love and accept myself. As well as anyone else connected to this. All this doubt that I can manifest things for free. They always say that nothing in life is free. So how can I possibly manifest things for completely free? Maybe I am blocking myself from receiving freebies. Because in the past, when I accepted something I thought was free, someone turned that around and used it against me. Whatever I am feeling is valid. So I allow myself to process it all now. The truth is, I have the ability to manifest anything I want for free. And I release anything that is stopping me from believing it is possible. I can manifest anything for free instantly. So I allow myself to receive all the freebies I can imagine and more. Because I know I can manifest anything for free without a catch. And even when I do make a purchase, I am always given something else for free. In fact, people are always giving me things I want for free. I am always getting free food and beverages. I am always getting free, all expenses paid vacations with the best accommodations. My tickets for any event I want to attend are already paid for. I win every contest, sweepstakes, and raffle I enter. People are always asking me how I got to be so lucky. Because I am always getting the very best things for free. I never have to pay for anything I want. I never have to pay for anything I want to do. Wherever I go, there is something free waiting for me. All I have to do is think about something I want, and I get it for free. And there are never any strings attached. Manifesting stuff for free is so easy for me. I remember when I used to feel so unlucky. But now I feel like the luckiest person in the world. because I am always getting everything I want for free. And I now know and feel the truth of this all. Mind, body, and soul. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth. And if you have water nearby, grab a drink of water. All right, so we're going to do the activity called Shake It Out. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to call out a body part. And the first thing you're going to do is, I recommend closing your eyes for this, but you don't have to. But closing your eyes is going to drown out any visual distractions. But you're going to close your eyes, if you so choose, and focus on that body part and just observe for the first few moments. Observe how it's feeling without judgment, any sensations. Just observe it, okay? And then when I prompt you, you're going to shake that body part out until I tell you to stop. And then once you stop, you're going to close your eyes again, if you so choose, and observe how your body part feels after shaking it out. No judgment, just observation. And this is going to bring you back into your body and just bring your awareness back to your physical aspect of yourself. You can do this activity sitting if you want, but if you have the opportunity to stand, I recommend doing that. Or if you're able to stand, I recommend doing that. But whatever's comfortable for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this, okay? So we'll start with the feet and the legs. So go ahead and take a moment, close your eyes, if you so choose, and just observe your feet and your legs. So notice any sensations. You can even observe the thoughts you're experiencing as you observe the sensations in your feet and legs. All right, so just take that observation, and now you're going to shake out your feet and your legs. Give them a good shake in different directions as you're able to. Do not hurt yourself. You can be a gentle shake. It doesn't have to be a hard shake. Okay? Shake for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and let your legs and your feet relax and observe the sensations in your legs and your feet. And notice any differences you may be experiencing from before you shook it out. All right, we're going to move on to the hips and the pelvis area. Okay, so take a moment to observe the sensations in your hips and pelvis area. Any thoughts you may be having about what you're experiencing there? Try your best not to judge. All right, so notice those sensations in your hips and your pelvis. Bring awareness. And now for the fun part. Shake out your hips and your pelvis. You can do it in your chair too if you want. Shake it out side to side, around in circles, however you can. Oh, that's a nice move. Try to isolate it to just your hips and pelvis if you can. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and let your hips and your pelvis rest and relax and observe the sensations you're experiencing now that you've shaken them out. Notice the difference between before and now. All right, now we're going to move to the torso. This should be interesting and fun because you want to isolate this, okay, as you can when we get to the shake it out portion. But for now, you're just going to bring awareness to your torso and observe any sensations that you're experiencing there without judgment. You, again, can also observe any thoughts you may be having with regard to your torso area. Just bringing awareness. And now we're going to shake out the torso. So the best that you can, try to just shake your torso. It might be a little challenging, but you can do it. You might not be able to shake it so much as move it, but I don't know. I have faith in you all. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and let your torso rest and relax and observe how it feels now. Observing any difference in sensation from after shaking it out to prior to shaking it out. All right, we're gonna move on to the chest and shoulders. This one will be a fun one for me. I like this one. Okay, so to begin with, we're just going to bring awareness to the chest and shoulders and just observe those sensations, anything that you're experiencing in that area without judgment if you can. And now the fun part, you're gonna shake it out. So just the shoulders and the chest. I'll shake with you. Shake, shake, shake. But we're not shaking the booty. We're shaking the shoulders and chest. Okay. Shake them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and let your chest and shoulders relax. And observe any sensations you're experiencing now or any difference between prior to shaking and after shaking. All right, now we're going to move to the arms and hands. So go ahead and bring awareness to your arms and your hands, observing the sensations you may be experiencing there without judgment as much as possible for all of these. Friendly reminder. Okay, and now we're gonna shake them out. So go ahead and shake out your arms and your hands. I like that one. All right, shake them out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let your arms and your hands relax and observe the sensations you're experiencing now. And you can notice any change from prior to shaking out and to after shaking out. All right, and we're gonna move up to our last one, which is the head area, okay? So go ahead and observe your head space, including your face, your neck, okay? All those parts of the head. And just observe any sensations you may be experiencing, maybe also in your jaw area. No judgment as you can. I will keep reminding you all. Now gently with this one, be gentle here, okay? You're gonna shake out your head and even let your face relax too. Let your lips loose. I'm trying to talk, but just let it all relax and shake it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I made myself a little dizzy. Okay. And let your head rest and relax. And observe any sensations in your head, any part of your face. Okay. And notice the difference between before you shook it out and after. All right, and that's gonna wrap up our activity for today. Okay, we'll move on to the reading then, The Power of Now. We will pick up where we left off last time, which is a part called Have Deep Roots Within. The key is to be in a state of permanent connectedness with your inner body, to feel it at all times. This will rapidly deepen and transform your life. The more consciousness you direct into the inner body, the higher its vibrational frequency becomes, much like a light that grows brighter as you turn up the dimmer switch and so increase the flow of electricity. At this higher energy level, negativity cannot affect you anymore, and you tend to attract new circumstances that reflect this higher frequency. If you keep your attention in the body as much as possible, you will be anchored in the now. You won't lose yourself in the external world, and you won't lose yourself in your mind. Thoughts and emotions, fears and desires may still be there to some extent, but they won't take you over. Please examine where your attention is at this moment. You are listening to me, or you are reading these words in a book. That is the focus of your attention. You are also peripherally aware of your surroundings, other people, and so on. Furthermore, there may be some mind activity around what you are hearing or reading, some mental commentary. Yet there is no need for any of this to absorb all your attention. See if you can be in touch with your inner body at the same time. Keep some of your attention within. Don't let it all flow out. Feel your whole body from within as a single field of energy. It is almost as if you were listening or reading with your whole body. Let this be your practice in the days and weeks to come. Do not give all your attention away to the mind in the external world. By all means, focus on what you are doing, but feel the inner body at the same time whenever possible. Stay rooted within. Then observe how this changes your state of consciousness in the quality of what you are doing. Whenever you are waiting, wherever it may be, use that time to feel the inner body. In this way, traffic jams and lineups become very enjoyable. Instead of mentally projecting yourself away from the now, go more deeply into the now by going more deeply into the body. The art of inner body awareness will develop into a completely new way of living, a state of permanent connectedness with being, and will add a depth to your life that you have never known before. It is easy to stay present as the observer of your mind when you are deeply rooted within your body. No matter what happens on the outside, nothing can shake you anymore. Unless you stay present, and inhabiting your body is always an essential aspect of it, you will continue to be run by your mind. The script in your head that you learned a long time ago, the conditioning of your mind, will dictate your thinking and your behavior. You may be free of it for brief intervals, but rarely for long. This is especially true when something goes wrong or there is some loss or upset. Your conditioned reaction will then be involuntary, automatic, and predictable, fueled by the one basic emotion that underlies the mind-identified state of consciousness: fear. So when such challenges come, as they always do, make it a habit to go within at once and focus as much as you can on the inner energy field of your body. This need not take long, just a few seconds, but you need to do it the moment that the challenge presents itself. Any delay will allow a conditioned mental emotional reaction to arise and take you over. When you focus within and feel the inner body, you immediately become still and present as you are withdrawing consciousness from the mind. If a response is required in that situation, it will come up from this deeper level. Just as the sun is infinitely brighter than a candle flame, there is infinitely more intelligence in being than in your mind. As long as you are in conscious contact with your inner body, you are like a tree that is deeply rooted in the earth, or a building with a deep and solid foundation. The latter analogy is used by Jesus in the generally misunderstood parable of the two men who build a house. One man builds it on the sand without a foundation, and when the storms and floods come, the house is swept away. The other man digs deep until he reaches the rock, then builds his house, which is not swept away by the floods. Before you enter the body, forgive. I felt very uncomfortable when I tried to put my attention on the inner body. There was a feeling of agitation and some nausea, so I haven't been able to experience what you are talking about. What you felt was a lingering emotion that you were probably unaware of until you started putting some attention into the body. Unless you first give it some attention, the emotion will prevent you from gaining access to the inner body, which lies at a deeper level underneath it. Attention does not mean that you start thinking about it. It means to just observe the emotion, to feel it fully, and so to acknowledge and accept it as it is. Some emotions are easily identified: anger, fear, grief, and so on. Others may be much harder to label. They may just be vague feelings of unease, heaviness, or constriction, halfway between an emotion and a physical sensation. In any case, what matters is not whether you can attach a mental label to it, but whether you can bring the feeling of it into awareness as much as possible. Attention is the key to transformation, and full attention also implies acceptance. Attention is like a beam of light, the focused power of your consciousness that transmutes everything into itself. In a fully functional organism, an emotion has a very short lifespan. It is like a momentary ripple or wave on the surface of your being. When you are not in your body, however, an emotion can survive inside you for days or weeks, or join with other emotions of a similar frequency that have merged and become the pain body, a parasite that can live inside you for years, feed on your energy, lead to physical illness, and make your life miserable. See Chapter 2. So place your attention on feeling the emotion and check whether your mind is holding on to a grievance pattern such as blame, self-pity, or resentment that is feeding that emotion. If that is the case, it means that you haven't forgiven. Non-forgiveness is often toward another person or yourself, but it may just as well be toward any situation or condition, past, present, or future, that your mind refuses to accept. Yes, there can be non-forgiveness even with regard to the future. This is the mind's refusal to accept uncertainty, to accept that the future is ultimately beyond its control. Forgiveness is to relinquish your grievance and so to let go of grief. It happens naturally once you realize that your grievance serves no purpose except to strengthen a false sense of self. Forgiveness is to offer no resistance to life, to allow life to live through you. The alternatives are pain and suffering, a greatly restricted flow of life energy, and in many cases, physical disease. The moment you truly forgive, you have reclaimed your power from the mind. Non-forgiveness is the very nature of the mind. Just as the mind-made false self, the ego, cannot survive without strife and conflict. The mind cannot forgive. Only you can. You become present. You enter your body. You feel the vibrant peace and stillness that emanate from being. That is why Jesus said, before you enter the temple, forgive. And that is where we will stop for today. So that is going to wrap up Mindful Monday for today.